Now, one interesting thing Chelsea has been able to clarify that Manchester United is yet to sort out is the style of football they want to play. So they have a sporting director, or two sporting directors, who actually have a plan. They want to play fantastic, enjoyable, attacking football. Now, they've got the players to play that kind of football, then they bring in the managers to try and make it work. So quickly, let's compare the manager that won them their most recent laurel. Yes, certainly. That is the FIFA Club World Cup. And let's compare him with who? The incoming manager, who actually used to manage Strasbourg. Strasbourg is owned by BlueCo. So it's a subsidiary, sort of Chelsea. Let's get into it. So normally what we used to see from Enzo Maresca, and this is in that game that Chelsea drew 1-1 with Arsenal. So in the build-up phase, you had Malo Gusto slanting in and coming into midfield to try and add up to the numbers here. Reece James dropping off Moise Caicedo back into the back line, and then you have Chalobah and Fofana splitting, making it a back three. Watch this number, back three, full of playing players, yeah? Not a goalkeeper. Now, we'll get to talk about that later. So that was how he used to build up. He used to build up, welcoming one of the pivots into defense to help push up the numbers and confuse the opponent, normally with Gusto going on that run, or you've got Cucurella also going out on that run, and then Fernandes dropping into that space. Another thing that he used to enjoy doing was trying to sort of overload and play triangles on the left-hand side. Triangles, left-hand side. Mark that as well. So I said what? Playing from the back and actually what? Opening up the defense and allowing a pivot to come back. Now, watch the word triangles. Let's move on. Playing triangles on the left-hand side, you've got him here, you've got Gittins, you've got Fernandes, you've got Cucurella, trying to mix it up and play a little triangle there. And certainly this is one of the sequences that led to the goal for Chelsea that helped them beat Liverpool at the Stamford Bridge match earlier this season. One of the fantastic performances that we ever saw from Enzo Maresca for Chelsea was that game where he annexed them the FIFA Club World Cup, and this was it. Proud to this game, the only team that sort of really disturbed Paris Saint-Germain going to the tail end of the season was Liam Rosenier's Strasbourg. Ring a bell? Oh, new coach. Wonderful. Let's click it on. So people were saying that he should take notice of what happened there and use it in this game. He didn't. He did things his own way. He was in a situation where he constantly kept bumping his players forward to go man-to-man on the defense, helping create a little bit of an overload, but sometimes stretching play, and eventually that was what led to a couple of the goals because the man, Gusto, kept running in a very good game. So here you could see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the man, Gusto, is far away from his marker. You know, Pedro is really being man-marked there, but Palmer lurking in the background. Again, Neto quite away from his marker. So that was how he used to play. He used to sometimes be a bit lethargic. But now, Chelsea's Liam Rosenior, what does he bring? Now, let's start it up from how he normally sets his team up. Let's go to Rosenior. So this is Rosenior Strasbourg this season when they played a game against Toulouse in France. So he normally sets up his team depending on the opponent he's going to play. Now, I'll tell you why that is a problem. Now, you can do that with a Strasbourg, but with a Chelsea, you can't do that because you are a big boy. That is the first problem he needs to, kind of overcome. You're a big boy. You need to now set the pace. You can't be playing second fiddle. That's it. So he sets up in a 3-4-3, which normally changes into a lot of things. So this 3, stable, this 4, stable. However, this 2, which is Nanasi and then Enciso, they drop back and allow the man punch forward, the center forward, Panasili punch forward there. So it normally becomes a 3-4-3 or a 3-4-2-1, which gets very interesting. Now look at a couple of names that you might think are not a bother now, but would be in the summer. So Pendes is a Chelsea player, and Ciso is on loan from Chelsea. Sa is on loan from Chelsea. And then Chilwell is actually a Chelsea player. Moreira was sold to Strasbourg from Chelsea, so a kind of a mini Chelsea team. Yeah, and Desiree Doué's brother, senior brother, actually plays for this team as well. Now let's move it on and see what happens when the man Liam Rosenior wants to build up. He enjoys playing out from the back, but he has a unique spot for his goalkeeper. He loves ball-playing goalkeepers. And Sanchez in Chelsea's goalpost was bought for his ball-playing abilities, which look to have disappeared recently. However, Philip Jorgensen sort of is much comfortable with the ball at his feet. So is that going to be a bit of a problem? We'll see. But he likes to play something that I dare say Todd Bowley saw when he was trying to get acquainted with the whole situation of, as they call it in the US, soccer, but we call it football. Now, this is a situation where the goalkeeper has stepped forward. So Pendes has stepped forward, creating a 1-2-3 defense. So the center-backs have split, and the laterals have pushed forward, and the goalkeeper steps in. So now you have a situation where you have 3 center-backs, 4 midfielders, and then you have 4 attackers. Mix and adds up. Wonderful. So that's how he likes to build up. And it's normally a situation where he's baiting the opposition. Guess what? He's doing this against almighty Paris Saint-Germain in the league this season. This is how he was setting up his team to play. So you can see a player Moreira coming back from that attacking position, spread out, Chilwell out there on the far side, and you've also got Sarr here, split beautifully, and now there is a way for him to progress the ball. He likes to keep it short and simple. Combinations, 1, 2, 3. So constantly, 3 players are constantly close to each other, playing in that particular pattern, creating triangles, which I said earlier, triangles, but I'll get to that very soon. How he likes to set his team up without the ball is also very interesting. He doesn't enjoy pushing back so much, and he doesn't enjoy pushing forward so much. So normally he stays in a mid-block situation, 4-4-2. That is something that Chelsea already do under Enzo Maresca, but there's a difference. The difference is he wants his team to be pressing, not frantically, not like chickens without heads, but in a controlled situation and manner. So they are going to be a little more front-footed, no more, being laid back and allow opposition to play. No, that's not going to happen under the man Rosenior. So this was the combination I was talking about. So you've got 3 people constantly interchanging and always creating the situation of triangles all around the pitch. Such a situation we've seen before under Prime Mourinho, when he was one person who really loved to see players play in that situation where they are constantly just bouncing in and out of triangles. So it's very, very important that he takes a bit from that, because he loves Mourinho, he loves Pep, and he loves the man Luis Enrique as well. So Liam Rosenior needs to make it work at Chelsea. He needs to solve certain things. Number 1, he needs to solve that goalkeeping problem. Number 2, he needs to solve the position that he leaves at the back. And number 3, he needs to actually get Chelsea scoring more goals whilst being compact.